Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the F123 Last to First World Championship. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 of this wonderful series, be sure to check it out right now so you understand everything that's happened so far. But we've made it to Saudi Arabia, to the Cornflake Spoon Grand Prix. Or the, Look, what I'm trying to say is, if recent races are anything to go by, then we're going to have a pretty saucy Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Who are we driving as? Well, first, we've got some team radio.
You seem to be struggling, but we've got some good news for you. On the pit wall, we've been doing some more running of some more numbers, and we feel like you're losing a lot of time compared to the other drivers, so we feel like you should be attempting that corner flat out, please. Approaching the corner now, so there's no need to brake according to the pit wall. Oh dear, no! Good grief! I think we've got it wrong again. We've got it wrong. Somewhere the numbers have gone wrong. We've probably thrown the race away for you.
Oh no. Oh no. George Russell and his engineer there, the conversation between them. They've had a complete malmisorganisation. There's no consoling to be done there because there's little to console when your overarching result is plumb last. And that's all there is to say about that one, really. Max Verstappen takes pole position, as we thought he would have done at the Bahrain Grand Prix, but this time he does get the job done in Jeddah. Our teammate Lewis Hamilton manages to get 5th, just ahead of Alonso. Great result from him. We fluffed it. We fluffed it. Listen, okay, my team explained to me that I was losing time, and I didn't want to lose time. I've got a reputation to uphold. I've got an ego. So I did it flat out. It was wrong. I crashed. Evidently. Saturday wasn't splendid. But Sunday will be sensational. 5 red lights in Saudi Arabia go out. And it's time for round 2 of the Last to First challenge. And it's a great start once again. Thundering past Sonoda and Sargent as we dive down a bunch of cars. The rear axle locking just a tad. But we've gained 6 positions. Yes, we have. 6 positions already in the space of 2 corners. Magnussen looking vulnerable to the inside. A bit of a jink from him into that corner, but we get the job done there as well. 7 places made up already in this Mercedes car. We have the grip and the confidence already. And, well, unlike the McLaren, I am pretty confident we're going to get a podium. The Lando Norris 4th place was a freak result, okay? This shouldn't be a freak result. This should be what we're expecting of a team of this caliber, of this magnitude. Mercedes have a reputation to uphold. We're not getting away from Kevin Magnussen. It's not a great start, but as we enter this next chicane here, get it as close to the wall as you dare. That's really what you've got to have here. Big balls for big prizes at this place. Although at the moment, the only prize we're giving is Kevin Magnussen some slipstream, and that is not part of the script at all as he pikes it towards this next part. We're going to throw it in there. The car just, you hope it sticks. You pray that the downforce actually hugs it onto the tarmac. Luckily it does for us, and even greater news is Guan Yu Zhou is going on the offensive against Kevin Magnussen. So as they go head to head at the hairpin, we're going to scamper away like a rabbit in a hunt, and we're going to maintain our P13 position as Max Verstappen sets about eating up the miles and cruising away from the rest of the field. We haven't done that, although we have done the best last sector here. So all hope is not lost. Alex Albon is our next target. There's a gaggle of cars up ahead fighting Ocon, the Alpine, and I think it was a McLaren. Lando Norris qualified in the top 10, I was meant to say. Unbelievable stuff from him, maintaining what we managed to start for him in Bahrain. As we enter through the first sector, going through the first sector in fact, as we shoot out of this first complex of corners. The curbs are death. Try not to get over them too much because you will bottom out and you'll be skating all the way back to Bahrain most likely. Albon looking vulnerable to the outside using the Mercedes aerodynamic package. It's not enough though, but we do get a cracking exit and the slipstream is being lapped up like a cat with its semi-skimmed milk. Why would a cat drink semi-skimmed milk? Surely it wants the full package. I mean, have you seen my cat? That thing there loves milk.
Can stop me from starting.
Anyways, the slipstream from Albon has been fantastic. He's got a Duracell battery. We've gone for Energizer rechargeables, and it's proved to be paying us dividends. We go down the inside, and that's P12. 8 positions gained here, 2 laps into this race, and we're aiming for even more. Like I said, a podium is the target. We're in a Mercedes. Anything less would be a failure, in my opinion. Here at Jeddah, anything can happen, and my God, it usually does. Wide at the hairpin, point the car, and it darts in towards the apex. late apex. Sergio Perez with the fastest lap. Both Red Bulls are scampering away, but they're going to be fighting amongst themselves as DRS is enabled. We see the gap to the inside. We think better of it, actually. We made a senile dive on Sainz last time out, and we are not going to be repeating that kind of driving. However, the gap will open up for this turn as we deploy the ERS to the inside of Gasly. P11 now, as we start to claw our way almost into the points. We're attacking the outskirts of them, and Ocon is the next target. One Frenchman's waved his white flag. Let's see if we can keep Ocon very much on brand with that particular trend. Using the slipstream, DRS will be open for us. We're not even going to need it. My God, what an exit we got as we deployed some ERS out of the corner. We're going to use it to reach our top speed with quick effect to the outside of this complex. Hopefully the car sticks. We slide about, go off the track. We do get P10, but it was a bit dubious. And you know what? I feel bad for once. Only a little bit. Actually, not that much. But we're going to actually let Ocon through a tiny bit. The FIA didn't specify by how much, though. Get wrecked, son. Down the inside at the hairpin. One championship point is back in our grasp. And the next target is the Mercedes-powered Lando Norris. So much is happening. I can barely keep up with the excitement in the Middle East, and it's about to get even more exciting. We firstly gapped Gasly by a second. He's how's the best way to describe it? He's like, you know how in the Animal Kingdom you have, like, the Predator? He's Plankton, basically. We've absolutely sent him back to the Stone Age. And now we're going to send Norris back for a walk to the Bronze Age here. DRS open. We're going to go to the inside of the McLaren man. Braking hard. Keep it to the inside. We actually drift wide a tiny bit, but we do keep it on the track this time. We don't lock the rears, and it's P9. Doubling our points tally so far. And my goodness, we are about to quadruple it here. Bottas is looking very vulnerable. He is our next target. The Finn is looking frisky and has a little bit of fear instilled in him by the almighty presence of George Russell. And remember, when these two met once upon a time, it was cataclysmic, but this time it's not the case. DRS wide open. It's as simple of a pass as you're ever going to get around this track. P8 now, and suddenly the only cars between us and a potential win are two Red Bulls, two Ferraris, our teammate, and the Aston Martins. Our medium tyre stop comes on at the end of this lap, but I wanted to show you this first section just to give you a glimpse of just how much pace we have. Already within a second of Lance Stroll, and it's only going to get better. 8.5 tenths behind. Into this corner, we have confidence in absolute spades. Now 6 tenths behind the Aston Martin man. And as we come onto the end of the lap, braking super late. My goodness me. Are we looking racy out there today? Boxing at the end of this lap. Going for the undercut on a lot of people in front of us, including our teammate Alonso, one of the Ferraris, and Max Verstappen. So let's see what we can do. Into the box. Luckily we can see the clock because they've rebalanced it about as well as I balance. Just generally, really, I'm not going to lie. My floppiness aside then, it actually was grim reading in the pit lane. We got a great stop of 2.4 seconds, but unfortunately everyone came in at the same time. So we're going to have to absolutely launch it out of the pit lane so we can gobble up some great results at the end of this race. Absolutely cheesing the white line. The FIA didn't see it, so it's okay. Next target, Lance Stroll. Already at the end of this lap, or towards the end of this lap, halfway through this incredible Middle Eastern extravaganza, Lance Stroll is being lapped up with DRS. Our teammates in the box. Let's see if our undercut actually did pay off. It would have been hindered slightly by the amount of traffic that held us up in the pit lane. That wasn't a word. I don't really care. What I do care about is 14th place is going to be ours very soon, which will soon be potentially a net P7. We managed to just get out of the slipstream in time. A best last sector. Stroll is easy prey as we move up to P6. Can we keep it though? We do. We do keep P6. Alonso and Hamilton both undercut. What on earth happened there? They must have got held up as well. I mean, there's no way the undercut was that powerful. It felt quick, but not that much quicker. Everyone else must have came in at the same time. But as a result of all that, we have two prancing horses well in our reticules. We are going to start picking these guys off one by one here in Jeddah. Lap 8 out of 13 here at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit. The Cereal Spoon Grand Prix. The Never mind, forget, do you know what, stop getting ideas. Anyway, into the last sector of this race, we did have DRS, we will still have DRS. For some reason, we're catching them really rapidly, and that's because there's an Alpha Tauri up ahead getting involved. No idea which one, it's Yuki Tsunoda getting involved, who still hasn't come in off the softs on lap 8. What a madman. Whoa, Mr. Squeaky's back. Yuki-san, get out of our way. Thank you, Yuki-san. Our next targets are the prancing... Whoa! Fastest lap of the race! Oh, I say, isn't this looking like it's going to be a good one as we push Sainz through the first corner? We're looking very racy indeed. We're going to capitalise on our pace. Dump the battery. Sainz defends to the inside. Round the outside we go. We dispatch of one prancing horse very quickly. Next target, Charles Leclerc. That's if I can actually keep up with him, which I can't. I can't keep up with him. Whatever. Look, I compromised my entry and run through that first sector complex. It's fine. There's a yellow flag behind us. What? No way. No way. You are joking. A Williams is having problems again. A spin in Bahrain. Mechanical misdemeanors in the Middle East. Who the hell is it? It must be Alex Albon. He was running so high up. He might have actually been in the top 10 this time. It is Alex Albon. Again. He's been absolutely rinsed by the system. And now we just need Perez and Leclerc to fight. Oh my goodness, I think they are fighting massively through that hairpin, as there's still a yellow flag in Sector 1. But really, this is exactly what we need. Leclerc's getting extra pace with the DRS, which is not ideal. It's not helping our cause in catching them both. However, if they keep fighting, there is a small chance that we can make the most of this. As look at that. Oh my god, they are fighting hard. Gap this lap down to 1.2 seconds at the end of the lap. Oh my goodness me. Almost in DRS at the end of the lap here. Into double figures. Now on to lap number 11 in this race. Let me tell you something right now. We are the quickest car on pure pace. I'm not even joking. I checked the race director after the race. We were the quickest car in this race without DRS. On just pure pace, we were electric. Just like the blue on George Russell's helmet and halo, which doesn't look like electric blue at all. We're within 8/10 of Perez now. That first sector bit, that corner in particular, is absolutely wonderful. Leclerc now going for a move on Perez once again to the outside. Perez does keep up with him just, but we're going to brake a little bit earlier into the hairpin, go out wide, cut into the inside. I'm losing all fluid in my mouth. Help! I'll tell you who there will be no saving for. Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc using the battery, using the DRS. Perez to the outside, us to the inside. It's 3 wide into the first corner. Brake late. We've done it! P2 onto the podium. We gained 2 positions in the space of an entire straight, and they're still side by side. This gives us the chance to escape into the distance. Unbelievable scenes at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And I think we can take it nice and easy. Good news. We've done it. Perez and Leclerc get nowhere near us once we dispatched of them. We actually were catching Verstappen, but without ERS, there was nothing else to do. So it will be P2 in this race, provided we get through the last corner. My God, way to get my goosebumps grumbling. Anyway, what a result. Verstappen will get the win, but fastest lap and P2 at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. What a drive and what a result from last on the grid after qualifying. George Russell over the moon. We're over the moon. Driver of the day. Fantastic racing, and what a drive it was.
And that brings the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix to a close then, as we reflect on the team's impressive performance today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they've secured here.
Well, it's no surprise really. Max Verstappen claims the win. His first win of the season. Really, you wonder how he didn't do it at Bahrain, but Perez was on another level that day. But today it was Verstappen that took that status away from him. He looked completely imperious once he got away from the pit stops, basically. We were peerless as well in P2. It's the same podium as the Bahrain Grand Prix, actually. Ain't that incredible? A different order this time, but as they drink sweet nothings, what a race from us. P2 and the fastest lap to our name. George Russell, by the way, qualified P1 last time out and came P3. So really, based on this evidence, he should qualify P19 and then he'd win the race, honestly. Here's some other juicy facts and statistics for you today. The entire top 10 was exactly the same as it was in Bahrain. Completely the same. Every single driver was exactly the same as it was in Bahrain as it was today, albeit in a slightly different order. Hamilton did much better. Credit to my teammate. Actually, probably would have got 4th had we not been there through divine intervention, quite frankly. But he did a good job. P5, stayed P5, beat out Carlos Sainz in the end, and Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso, by the way, I forgot to mention, had car problems, so he actually could have finished even higher. So a really unfortunate result for him. But unfortunately, we are laughing in the face of the pensioner, because we have brought home 19 points alone with George Russell today. Hamilton makes it 29 points in total for the Mercedes team. What a haul to bring back, and what a result once again. Unbelievable. Jeddah, like I said, Saudi Arabia always seems to throw up some surprises, and today was no different. Thus concludes round 2 of the last to first World Championship. As we look down the rest of the field, Alex Albon, of course, was the only DNF for some reason as well, which I don't really understand. Piastri had a really shocking race. He must have got damage or something, because he finished 5 seconds away from Sargent and De Vries, which really, based on evidence on this game, and in Nick De Vries's case, real life, sorry mate, just isn't possible. So, really unfortunate for him, but hopefully he can bounce back as we head next to his home race in Australia. But before we head over there, let's have a look at the drivers' standings. Yes, I know, I got them wrong last time. I apologise. I got the numberings wrong. I swapped Sainz and Alonso around. It was a disaster, basically. No longer a disaster. No more. These are correct. Verstappen leads with 44 points. 4 points ahead of his teammate, Sergio Perez. Then it's Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso, Sainz, Hamilton, Gasly P9, Stroll P10. The other drivers yet to score a point. The Constructors' Championship, Red Bull have stolen a march on everybody. It's close though between Mercedes and Ferrari, just 10 points between them. But on evidence, it seems like Mercedes have stolen a march on the other 2 teams. We haven't seen Aston Martin's upper hand just yet. We'll have to wait and see exactly what they can bring to the table. Hopefully, they can do even better at the Australian Grand Prix. Will this Formula 1 circus be turned upside down as we head over there? You'll just have to wait and see. Thank you very much for tuning in to round 2 of the F1 23 last to first World Championship. If you did enjoy, please leave a like on the video so I know that you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss a single upload of F1 23 or any round of this, well, quite frankly, fantastical championship. There's no other word for it. It's an absolutely phenomenal spectacle if the first 2 races are anything to go by. Each driver gets 1 run through of each of the 23 circuits on the F1 calendar. Maybe some of them will get twice the treatment. You'll just have to wait and see. Also ring the notification bell, because that's very nice. Until round 3 at the Australian Grand Prix, once again, I thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you soon.